The room fell silent. He wasn't supposed to hear that. It was a quiet exchange, whispers between people he trusted. A decision had already been made. And it wasn't right. Not illegal, not dramatic, just wrong. He knew it would hurt someone. He knew it would create consequences. And he knew one more thing. If he stayed silent, no one would ever find out. He could protect them, protect the bond, protect the stability. All he had to do was say nothing. But that's the problem with seeing beyond the surface. Once you understand the real impact, silence stops feeling neutral. It starts feeling intentional. And for certain minds, that weight becomes impossible to ignore.
What would you do if someone you love crossed a moral boundary? Would you protect them, or would you choose truth? For many people, loyalty emerges almost instinctively. It feels safe, protective, reassuring. Loyalty preserves belonging, avoids rupture, maintains peace. But some minds cannot experience loyalty in a simple way. Because when you perceive hidden layers, when you recognize patterns others overlook, when you can anticipate consequences before they unfold, the decision stops being purely emotional. It becomes ethical. And ethical decisions are rarely comfortable.
Those who see only the present moment can justify silence. But those who see the ripple effect don't see just an action. They see who it normalizes. They see who might be hurt next. They see how small distortions grow into larger consequences. And suddenly, the choice is no longer about protecting someone. It's about protecting a principle. Loyalty says, stand by your own. Truth says, stand by what is right. And sometimes those two voices collide. There is a psychological phenomenon called cognitive dissonance. It is the discomfort that arises when behavior contradicts values. Many people reduce that discomfort by reshaping the narrative. It's not that serious. It's not my responsibility. It will resolve itself. And the tension softens. But analytical minds struggle to accept fragile explanations. They revisit the facts. They reconstruct the logic. They examine inconsistencies. And the more they analyze, the harder it becomes to pretend nothing happened. The tension doesn't fade. It intensifies.
Choosing truth rarely feels heroic. It feels heavy. It may cost closeness. It may cost trust. It may cost the relationship entirely. From the outside, it can look like betrayal. From the inside, it can feel like self-preservation. Because for certain minds, integrity is structural. It is not a preference. It is part of identity. If integrity is sacrificed to preserve connection, something internal fractures. And sometimes that internal fracture hurts more than external loss.
Loyalty is not weakness. It sustains families, strengthens friendships, creates emotional security. The issue is not protection. The issue is blind protection. When loyalty becomes permission, when silence becomes complicity, when avoiding conflict becomes enabling harm, that is when the internal alarm activates. And ignoring that alarm can feel like betraying yourself.
Intelligent minds understand something uncomfortable. There is no perfect answer. Not every truth must be delivered destructively. Not every silence is immoral. The real challenge is discernment. discernment about which choice preserves internal alignment without creating greater damage. And sometimes, regardless of what you choose, you lose something. You lose peace. You lose connection. You lose stability. But you gain clarity.
So let me ask you, if someone you deeply care about crossed a moral boundary, would you protect them? Or would you choose truth, even if it costs you the relationship? And more importantly, could you live with yourself after either decision? Because in the end, the hardest judgment does not come from society. It comes from within. And certain minds cannot silence that voice, even when everyone else can.